I thought I told you that they won't stop.
Hello, everybody. Good afternoon. This is another episode of Talking with Pastor. I'm excited about this episode right here because I've been trying to get in touch with this man of God for a while, and he has been a blessing to this community where he is. He is definitely a preacher like none other, a man of the community, and definitely someone who wants to impact the church as a whole as well as the people of God. So I would like to introduce you to Pastor Roderick McArthur of the Mount Gilead Baptist Church. Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon.
How are you today?
Wonderful.
You look good, and I tell you, man, it's a pleasure being here back in Gilead and being back here in this vineyard of God, and I'm just truly blessed to be here. So first of all, I just want the people to know. People want to know more about you because they think because you are the pastor of the church, they think that title makes you not reachable or not even, possible to even talk to. But as you know, pastors are actually servants to the people. So I want the people to know just a little about you. Where'd you come from? How did you get started in music? You're a musician as well. So how did it all come about?
Well, certainly I'm a man of the community. Do more of the community than pastoring. They call me the mayor of Morris Avenue. My name is Roderick Patrick McArthur. I've been in ministry now 27 years, pastoring 15 years, the Mount Gilead Baptist Church. My roots is from Macon, Georgia, born in Fort Jackson, South Carolina. And I've been in New York City for the last, I would say, about 32 years of my life.
Okay. So is there anything that makes you worthwhile knowing in regards to how you connect with the people of God? And where were you initially ordained, or where you started your ministry as a whole? Where did you start?
Right here at Mount Gilead Baptist Church.
Okay.
I was licensed in 1991, October 27, 1991. I delivered my first initial sermon at this same pulpit. And in 1999, 9 years later, I was ordained right here, the same church. And ever since then, I've been in ministry. And I was licensed and ordained, and now I'm pastoring the same church I grew up in. So that's Mount Gilead Baptist Church, the church we are currently sitting in right as I speak. And it's been a blessing. It's been a blessing. I'm also a musician. I started right again on this same console here, playing music for many years. And in fact, that was my livelihood, playing for different churches as well as playing for different funeral homes as well as playing for Mount Gilead Baptist Church. So it's been a journey, and it's been a great journey. And I thank God for ministry. I thank God for the community as well as the church. Also, I'm connected with Bronx, Lebanon, which is Bronx Care now, special care unit as well as the intensive care unit, where when people cold for the last time, I do the last rite. So we have a relationship with Bronx Care as a chaplain there, volunteer twice out of the month. 3 times out of the month. It all depends on, the various and severity of the case that takes place at Bronx, Lebanon versus Bronx.
Okay, so being that as you grew up in this church, and this is your church home, how has it been impactful for you and the people of Mount Gilead as you serve as the pastor? What have you done thus far to bring more people into the fold, or even better yet, reach out to the community, as you said?
Well, one of the things is the people had a mind to work, so we began to build Mount Gilead. The membership was at 64 in the year 2005 when I became the pastor. And within a year's time, 2 years' time, 199 people were added to this fold. We've seen life, and we've seen death, we've seen transition and relocation. The people at Mount Gilead and I, we have a bonding relationship. We have renovated completely the sanctuary from its prior looks, and we have worked hand in hand, shoulder to shoulder once again, because the people had a mind to work, and we worked on spearheading, such as the demolition of our sanctuary, to improve some areas such as the needed anticipated choir loss on the left and right side, which was a part of Reverend Randolph Barnes Jr.'s vision, that he did want the choir to sit on the left and right side of him. In fact, they used to sit out in the audience, but those are some of the visions that he did have. Stained glass windows, nice carpeting and everything. So we were able to add to the ministry on the vision that Reverend Barnes had in the past. And the relationship between pastor and church is a great one, because the people, they wanted change. They wanted to see renovation and beautification. And we've been doing it ever since. And so we've been in existence now 62 years, Mount Gilead Baptist Church. At this current location, we've been serving the community pantry. We've been serving the community a clothing closet ministry, as well as offering services. In the case of someone passing in the community, we open our doors and we service the community and final rites and celebrations to life. You don't have to be a member of Mount Gilead Baptist Church to get the services that you need, because we ought to be doing missionary work.
Okay. Well, Pastor, just want to know, pastors, people don't think pastors are people, but you are people. You started no different than anybody else who was in your congregation.
Yes.
And do you have hobbies? Do you do anything that you enjoy to do?
Oh, yes. I love baseball. Sports. I'm a sportsman, but of course, yes. Little League, I played baseball for Young Life Sports Association on 161st Street. And in fact, our umpire and the start of that organization started through the late Bishop Benny Wright from New St. John Baptist Church. He was actually the CEO of Young Life Sports Association, and I played in that league for many years. Other hobbies that I do have is such as I like paintings. I like collecting rocks. It's kind of far-fetched, but that's a hobby of mine. And I enjoy going on cruise lines. I like going on ships, and I'm a people's person. And just because you see a man in a collar, it doesn't mean that he should not have a life as well. I mean, after all, when the collar comes off and the shirt comes off, we should be able to still have a life where people won't judge us for having a little fun in our lives.
That's really awesome, for real. I like people that always wonder that about pastors and what they do and what they do after when they leave the church, and do they do anything else? Yes, they do actually have a life. But just coming to the end of, just want to know, what's your vision for Mount Gilead toward the future? Because of course, every pastor takes up a mantle to lead the church into a new era, into a new vision of where God will take his people. So where do you see Mount Gilead going under your tenure as pastor, and what will it be like after, when you pass on the mantle, so that this vineyard right here does not go away?
Well, if I'm to say, I would say one thing: one plant, one water, but God gives the increase. Reverend Randolph Barnes was a unique organizer, and we had a daycare here over 35 plus years in the basement of the church. And in that, many people were hired, many people were educated, and many people went on and furthered their careers. His mission statement was to make God's kingdom a reality on earth through the lives of people, socially and economically and spiritually, promoting the welfare and housing development for them. When I became pastor at Mount Gilead Baptist Church, my vision and my mission statement changed, because I was told to make ready the people of God for his second coming. He is coming again. And to lift a fallen humanity from the drudgery of sin. Sin is prevalent. Drudgery is in our communities, is in our church. And he has profoundly told me to make ready the people of God for his second coming. So we are to lift. This church mission statement now is lifting people from the drudgery of sin, not judging them, but helping them. There's a way that seemeth right to a man, but the end thereof are the ways of death. Before I show you an open door, choose life or death. And then he told me to make ready the people of God for his second coming, that he's coming again. And this is the fix-up room, the preparation room. So as long as I'm getting people ready for his coming, if I should transition, I fulfilled my mission by making sure that I lift people from where they are to a better state, and then also prepare them for Christ's coming. The church cosmetically is fine. The church has a mission to fulfill, but there's still a lost world. And where I would like to see this church soar to is foreign missions, to go out into other parts of the country and begin to do foreign missions. We do a lot of home missions around our community, but foreign missions, and to see the youth. We're planting new seeds here at Mount Gilead. Take the helms of the leadership, because this church has been in existence again 62 years, and it's sort of a mixture of congregation. So right now I would like to see the youth soar and take this ministry into another level, and not only just another level, but make sure that they don't forget about people that's in need and needs help.
Okay. And just one final thing before we start to close. Why was the church named Mount Gilead? Because a lot of people want to know how churches develop the name for the so that they can embrace God and closer. But it's also always curious to me about how does the organizer come up with the name of the church to be cemented so that the community knows who they are?
Well, again, it goes back to the organizer when he started Mount Gilead Baptist Church. Through research and Bible, he wanted to be a help, but also a healing station. And if you look up the word Gilead, it is like a healing salve. It is an ointment, and it was used to heal people. But that balm in Gilead is Jesus, and that's how we got the name Mount Gilead. There's a balm in Gilead to heal the sin-sick soul. So it is like an ointment. It is a healing. And we know that Jesus is the anointed one, the healer and the Messiah. So Mount Gilead name has great recompense. It has reward. It has healing. There is a balm in Gilead, and that balm is Jesus. So I think the name fits the church and this community because we are to help soothe and heal the sin-sick souls and to lift them. So that's how we became the Mount Gilead Baptist Church.
Well, Pastor, thank you for giving me a moment of your time. And I truly am in awe of being able to actually get a little bit more in touch with you and actually know about you in Mount Gilead. So what I want you to do to the camera, I want you to tell them about your services. When does your service, every Sunday, what goes on in Mount Gilead? Is there anything during the week? So that people will know about that Gilead is here in the Bronx.
Okay. Our Sunday morning service starts at 11:15 a.m., which is our divine worship. Our afternoon service starts 3:30 p.m. on the calendar dates, which we have banner and non-banner days, which is fellowship services. Weeknight service, which is midweek, is on Wednesday at 12 noon, high praise. And then at 7 p.m., the doors is open for just prayer around the altar. We do have a clothing closet ministry on the fourth Sabbath Saturday of every month. And we also have Sunday school directly at 9:30 a.m. for both youth and adults.
Once again, thank you, Pastor McArthur, for your time. And one final thing, I just want you to leave a message that you would leave to the people of God that are will you be able to reach throughout this episode. Leave them with some encouraging words that they can continue to move throughout their week.
No matter what it looks like, remember the scripture that says, now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. You may not be able to see it, but you can trust him because he will make a way out of no way. I've seen situations where I couldn't believe it would come to pass, but my faith looked to thee. He's the Lamb of Calvary. So my brothers and sisters, no matter how dark the day is, just remember that there's evidence behind every storm. God bless you. heaven smile upon you.
Well, this is Talking with Pastor. I look forward to seeing you, and I hope to see you soon. And look out for more to come. God bless, and good night.
Keep it going now. I thought I told you that it won't stop.